Spend the day with me as a child care center owner. When I got into the center, I was setting up kind of the basics of my day, and while I was doing that, I was multitasking and finishing up one of the pumpkin designs that I had made for our pumpkin decorating contest. This one was actually like a mess-up pumpkin that I just kind of threw together at the end, so I was just throwing a couple of gemstones on it. Unfortunately, my morning was filled with a bunch of random chaos, and I had to take my dogs to the groomer, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. But that is life. But I did make sure that I did get my final pumpkin because our pumpkins were due for today's contest. So this was my Justin Jefferson one, and this one I took way too many hours to do. Of course, a bunch of the paint was peeling when I got to the center, so I did have to touch up a little bit of it and glue on a couple of gemstones. So I took like 10 minutes to do this right before I went out to go help with a couple of things at lunch and then help out with some breaks. Originally, I wasn't even going to really participate in the pumpkin thing, and then all of a sudden, 4 pumpkins later, and I'm just all in. But I was very impressed with how this ended up turning out, and I thought it was super fun. The kids are loving it, and it's bringing lots of smiles. After that was done, I helped out with putting a couple of kids down at nap time, headed to my office to make sure that I could get payroll done, do a couple of audits for some late pickups, and then went through an email from our licensing inspector who had some questions on a few of the things from our inspection. One of our directors ran to get lunch, and she got me a brownie, and it was pure joy. This is what true love looks like, and this is definitely a girl lunch. I also met with one of our directors just to go over a few of the things that we had on our email back to see if we could find some stuff in the files, which we were able to find almost every single thing in the files. Together a document to send over to our licensing agent to show, hey, here's all the documentation, and then that was kind of how I wrapped up the rest of my day. Now I'm headed home to hang out with the family and work on a puzzle and work on a top secret plan for next week.